Wow. Look at that. I am live once again. Wow, comes around so fast. And season 2, episode 1. No haters. I don't even know what to say. This is awesome. I mean, I had preview last weekend and that was cool. And this weekend we actually have season 2 starting. Shit. I don't even know what to say. Because this wouldn't even be possible if it weren't for y'all. Shit. Yeah, I know. I keep saying it. It's like shit. There's just uh, there's just so much to talk about. There's so much to do. I got a whole shitload of things to talk about, and now I can't even remember what half of them were. No, um, I I, I know exactly what they are. Sorry, I'm just trying to do 5 things at once as usual. Never actually completely prepared for this. Um, so if you will give me just a second, in making sure I have, okay, there we go. Making sure I have the invite ready to go for our guest. By the way, Buzzkill Odium of New England Kings, right here up in New England. It always messes me up. It's backwards. It's goopy foot. I'm looking at myself here and I can't. It's the weirdest thing. I know I'm a geek. Uh, I'll live. But now I'm looking at this. I'm saying, hey, I got a hair out of place. What's up with that? Hair out of place. But look at that. We got people in the chat. We got all right, I gotta quit messing with my face. So awesome. Gonna have a good show for you tonight. We've got, like I said, we got Buzzkill Odium from New England Kings. He's been in the game for a little while. Different incarnations. This is, I guess, he's been out of the game for a little while and got back in recently. Got in with a good group of guys. NEK, that's Genocide Gino, and that whole group. I've had 2 or 3 of them on the show. I actually met a few of them at the Earworm Garage show down in Rhode Island last year. Hopefully that's going to be happening again this year. It was an awesome fucking show last time. You say got to see a lot of awesome people, meet a lot of awesome guys. Death Raver, Rob Skewer. It was just a good show all the way around. So anyway, I had other stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, nohaters.com. Let's see if I can't bring this up without making a mess here. So I don't know how many of you actually have seen nohaters.com, have actually been there, but we're gonna get on. I'm going to show you a little bit of that quickly because it's really easy. And as I know the name itself, if you're on my Instagram, links in the bio, it's easy to find. Otherwise, not necessarily so easy if you're looking to spell it normally because it's actually N0HAT3RZ.com. And here, let me blow that up a little bit. You see it because we've got this here. We've got your artist pages. You've got new releases. I'm going to have to disable for the moment because I can't keep up on that. I've tried. It was a good thought. At some point, maybe we'll get back onto that. Contests, whatever going on. Lots of cool stuff. But the main things we want to look at, you can always see who's coming up next by the next episode. and that will take you directly to their artist page where we have a Spotify playlist. And if they've got, they've got videos on YouTube, I'll put one of the recent videos here, the most recent, most relevant, however that works. Little bio, any links here, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube. There's others depending on who it is. Like for example, let's go down the list as we've got. Oh, look, who's this handsome dude right here? Ha. Yeah, I had to go to my page, of course. Let me show off my page. Anyway, so we got Facebook, TikTok, Napster, SoundCloud, all that in here. iHeart, web page, obviously. What is that? Oh, that's why is that wrong? I'm gonna have to fix that. Good thing I looked at that. That's actually LUM. I don't know why that works sporadically. I don't know what's wrong with that particular link. Your guess is as good as mine. But anyway, so yep, no haters. So back to the main page here. This is where you're mainly going to want to go because direct link to my Instagram, since there's no actual no haters Instagram as of yet. I'm probably going to have to split those at some point, but right now I just have honestly too much else to do. I don't want to have to deal with another profile. Not gonna lie. That's just the way that's gonna be. The no haters Spotify playlist, YouTube playlist, SoundCloud playlist, they're all right here. Oh, okay, so I guess we're gonna open that up, and no, that wasn't what I wanted to do. That was not at all what I wanted to do. All right, let's see if there we go. Okay, there's the Spotify playlist. And it's got everything I've had on there for a while. Pain, Protomorphic, Joker, Crackle Capone, he's been on the show. We got Spec One, Mr. Dosha, Exo Reckless has been on the show. Gizmo, I thought was absolutely amazing. Saw him live with Ouija Mac last year. There's that Chaotic Neutral dude again. I don't know. Yeah, no haters ciphers on there. We got Humble Among, Kosuke, Lil Pink, Genocide Genos, Sedusa, Ermac, Shogun, Noise 13. Oh, look, there's our guest, Buzzkill Odium. Right there. Hey, Six Sides in the house. What's going on, Kella? Showing everybody the different playlists. Okay, so there's that playlist. And the others are the SoundCloud playlist, by the way. Artists, let me know if you got anything on SoundCloud, because I can drop it on the playlist. SoundCloud playlist isn't that big as of yet because I just don't really have that much to go on it yet. I've got, oh, wow, I have more than I thought. See, a lot of people either don't use SoundCloud or it automatically wants to start playing. Okay, cool. Either they don't put anything on SoundCloud or they don't really, tell me about it. Or if they do tell me about it, I don't. So you got something new, don't hesitate, DM me. I'm mostly on Instagram. So head there and look up my page and make sure I hear you, see you, because I might not. I will get to you eventually, though, promise. And last but definitely not least, the YouTube playlist. We got the Juggalo Cypher 2. That's on there. A lot of good people on there. Mars, Nos Insidious, DJ Lady Joker, Troublemaker. We got Fame the HOF, Earworm Family, Mr. Nobody, 2HK. I'm kind of bouncing around. We got the Six Side. Absolutely. We got all kinds of good shit here. And you see as we go down, there's a lot of it. So go show some love. Go, go check this shit out. Not right now, obviously. It's showtime. But and you have direct links here to first season, which I still haven't gotten all of eventually. Thank you for being patient with me. I'll get that eventually. And season 2 is going directly to YouTube. Most of it. We'll have a couple of one-offs here and there. Speaking of next week, next Saturday. Okay, let's stop the share. Drop a couple of things here out of the way. Okay, next Saturday, gonna be doing a live with yeah, I know I got my Christmas my Christmas jammies on because I want to be comfortable doing this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I like Taz. Oh, anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah. Next Saturday, Six Side Wicked Clown will be in the house, and we'll be doing this one on Instagram, old style. And because it's just how we're going to do that one. It's going to be a one-off. Don't get used to it. Like being able to do this here on YouTube. Couple of bugs and kinks, but I'll figure it out. This will smooth out farther we go on. Excuse me. Mountain Dew. No, he does it. It gives me gas. I hate it when it happens. Okay, so we got nohaters.com. So go check out the playlists. Go show some love. It's got an awesome group of artists there. I'm sure a lot you've never heard of, and if you have, well, then you already like them. So go show some love. Go, views, follows, scripts, stats, subs, whatever you want to call them. That's how these guys see what's going on. That's a lot of times that's how these guys make their money. The whole starving artist thing is a real deal. It's not a lie. A lot of these guys, this is all they do, and they do it all the time, and that's how they make their money. This is their job and their life. They hustle and hustle and hustle and hustle. So go show some love. Do what you got to do, because in times of trouble, when everybody's having issues because of COVID or whatever else, believe me, they're having problems too. A lot of us have jobs to fall back on. This is their job, and if we're not supporting them, then they're not getting any support at all. But all right, so we're not going to dwell on that. I'm going to dwell on the fact that it's underground. It's fucking awesome. Love being here with y'all. I've said it over and over again. It's amazing. It's going to be amazing. Good season planned for you. Got all kinds of guests lined up. Humble Among, Michael Lawless. I don't even, let me see. I don't even know. The list goes on and on. I forgot half of them. I got Bobo the Clown, Killy Yak, Truthy Can Erase, Maniac Max. It's going to be awesome. And don't forget, I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, but I won't be like down and out. We're going to be headed to Vegas because April 21st, going to be on stage. The Fuck Six Side show. I don't know why I'm talking down there. I think my camera's up there. It's up here at the top. No, whatever. Yeah, but that's going to be an awesome fucking show. So definitely keep your ears peeled and your eyes peeled. If you're going to be out that way, keep your eyes open, because Las Vegas on the 21st of April, going to be absolutely fucking amazing. It's going to be me and Sedusa, Kush for Brains, Crazy K, famed HOF, and of course the Wicked Clown everybody loves to hate, the one and only Six Side. Yeah, it's going to be fucking awesome. Dimension's going to be fucking awesome. See, I can look at the camera. I got it this time. Ha! Yeah, I know. Shit snacks. All right. So we got that out of the way. Well, hell, I guess there's not much else to talk about right now. Now there's you know the drill. There's a lot of new stuff out there. Go show love. Go check it all out. Everybody's dropping new things. Juggalo Day happened Thursday, and there were lots of drops for that. I know 2HK dropped one, and I don't remember if the Juggalo if the Juggalo 2 Cipher Juggalo Cipher 2. There we go. That dropped right around there. ICP had a new drop. There's so much stuff. It's just a fucking flood, and you know, and it's amazing because we gives us so much to listen to. I know I'm just kind of babbling now. So, all right. So, without further ado, I think I will do this, and I will send out that invite, and hopefully our guest will be in here momentarily. Because yeah, Buzzkill Odium, I've been talking to him for just a minute. We've been, back and forth, and he's got a lot of shit going on. Yeah, so he just came back on the scene recently, and I know he's blowing up Instagram. He's all over there. Got in with NEK. That in itself is pretty awesome. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of good people there. Awesome fucking awesome artists. Like you said, Genocide Gino, Ermac the Shogun, Pain. Let's see where he says I'm Pain somewhere else too. I think he was at the Ouija Max show too. I think there was a lot of people at the Ouija Max show. I wouldn't even thought there was a lot of local artists there. It was a really, really good thing. And it was like the day after my birthday. So happy birthday to me. That was cool. We went over to Manchester, New Hampshire at the Jewel and saw that. I've got footage. If I haven't put it up, I need to do a lot of oh, look at that. I actually might have a guest here. Look at this shit. I got part of a guest. And that's an awesome. I do like that cover. I do like that that promo pic. The way you did that. That was really, really cool. So yeah, this takes a minute, doesn't it? Wow, that's definitely a process. I may have to streamline this somehow at some point. Find a different it's all right. We can just deal with that. You can deal with looking at my ugly mug for just a minute by itself, right? Yeah, as you can see, I tried dyeing this, and I figured with the gray in it, it would work better in that, but it kind of didn't. I think I need to bleach it first before I actually put color in. It might work better that way. What's going on, brother? You are, huh? Yeah, I got no sound from you, sir. You might need to unmute that.
I got it.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. This whole Zoom thing, it's new to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this part of it. I've done it once before. I was on another podcast with a couple other guys, and it fell apart for various reasons. But I don't know. They might still be doing it, or one of them, but whatever.
Oh,
In any case, I'm not the one that did all this technical crap. One of the others was. I more had my hands in a different aspect of it, because we all put our own thing into it and made it all happen. But so I'm learning all of this as we go along and what I can and can't do. And I'm sure at some point YouTube's going to tell me what I can and can't do by shutting me off more than once. So we'll see how that goes.
hey, that's a win.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, kind of, because that means I got to go back and do this shit all over again, start the stream back up, and
Yeah, but that's how you know that you made it. You made such an impact that they had to do something. But you know
yeah,
what?
well,
You made it.
yes, sir. It's like when Google does this to you, you know, you did something right.
Like as soon as you get a meme made about you, it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. You made it.
You know, it's been said as long as I can remember, and longer still, I'm sure, in the entertainment industry, any publicity is good
It's good
publicity.
publicity. That's right. Definitely.
Cool. So how you doing, brother? How's the weather up there in Maine?
Cold. Cold as fuck. I'll put it to you this way. So last week it was cold, normal cold, like single digits, couple double digits here and there. Thursday, it was damn near 50 degrees. Friday, it was probably a mid 30. And then all of a sudden it dropped back down to the like to like 20 degrees, 19 degrees, shit like that. So Mother Nature's crazy. It's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
cold up here though.
I got a theory about that. I love telling people this, so I'm sure people in the chat have heard it before. But hey, Josh Adams in the chat, I am paying attention, just doing more than one thing at a time. So my theory about that is up here in the Northeast, especially in Vermont, there's nothing to do but drink and fuck. Who says Mother Nature's any different? So she drunk and pregnant all the time. But yeah, I know what you're talking about because fucking Thursday it was beautiful. It was 50s. And then when I woke up at like 4 o'clock Friday morning, it
Yeah.
was still like 50 something. Within an hour and a half, it had dropped to 20s.
Yeah, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's not good for much.
No, no, not really, but I mean we're used to it, so whatever.
Yes, sir. We're kind of built for that shit at this point, whether we like it or
Um,
not.
yep, that's a fact.
Yeah, some days it's like hunker down and do nothing because that's basically what I did Friday. I did shit in here and worked on a couple of beats and a couple of tracks and made sure shit was good.
Stay busy.
Uh, Worked on the show, did some promo work.
Yeah, staying busy.
Yeah, nah,
Keep those creative juices flowing.
yes, sir. And today actually wasn't a whole lot different. I got up, it wasn't that bad. I went out because I run Instacart on like the weekends for extra money. And today I went out and it was okay when I went in the store. I come out with my first batch and it's snowing and the roads are not okay. And I got a stupid, I mean, I love my car. I can't say stupid little. I got a little 2013 Elantra
Yeah.
and she's a good car. She treated me good. She's got over 100,000 miles on her. So she's getting old, starting to show signs of wear and tear, whatever, but still no problems. Haven't had to change anything out other than, the basics, tires, brakes,
Right,
windshield
right.
wipers, etc.
Yeah.
My first one took me, I don't know if you know Vermont at all, but my first run, I didn't even realize it took me all the way up into Killington. I didn't think I was going to get back over the mountain afterwards. And then I got my second bat. I'm like, I got back into town. I'm like, all right, it's not too bad yet. And I went for another batch and came out of the store and went, fuck my life. Luckily, these were locals, so it was good. I got it delivered and we get 2 orders. I made over $70, just for two
Oh, there you
runs. It
go.
took me all of what 3.5 hours maybe.
Yeah,
So
there you
yeah,
go.
I figure that's pretty good.
Right? There you
But
go.
yeah, but I went home after that. And then of course the sun came out like an hour later.
Yeah, not a bitch. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah,
Welcome
yeah,
to New England.
exactly. Like I said, she's drunk and pregnant.
Yeah. I know the craziest weather thing that I ever seen was few years ago. We were traveling downstate, going to Portland for a Slane show, and it was sunny, but it was cold up here, and there was nice weather. Driving down the interstate, probably about halfway down, started raining.
Oh, shit.
Then the rain turned to sleet. Then it started snowing. Then the traffic kind of slowed down to a crawl because the roads were all slush and shit. And then we dealt with that for a few minutes. And then once we came out of it, it hit freezing rain, then it was sunny again. And then we were trying to figure out what in the fuck that was all about.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we woke up, left our hotel. It was about 60 degrees out, sunny. I mean, I was in my t-shirt. It was so fucking nice out. This was in March, so there was still snow and shit. And it was nice out and everything like that. Hopped in the car, came back home, which was about probably 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive. By the time we got back up here, it was snowing and it was like fucking, I think like 15 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Welcome to New England.
Yeah, you know, there have been jokes about that since I was a kid. You know, I remember you don't like the weather, wait a minute. And, the biggest one I remember from when I was a kid, not so much now because the weather's gotten weird. We should have like 3 feet of snow at least right now, just kind of laying on the ground that's been there for a couple of months, but we don't. But the joke when I was a kid was weather forecast, all right, 50% chance of snow. How many inches is that?
Yeah, we go by how many inches it's gonna be, not by percentages.
Yeah, because shit, man, I remember as a kid getting 3-4 feet in a shot.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
used to dig tunnels out in the yard.
This last snowstorm we got, I think total we got 12 inches of snow. I think something
I
like
don't
that.
even.
It was hefty. It was a lot of snow.
Yeah, that's nice. I like snow like that. You know, all right, sorry, we're distracted by the chat for a second. Sub noise. Oh, Team DGAF NV, awesome. He's sure we're gonna be hooking up with him at the show in Vegas. That's gonna be fucking awesome. Does homie have some new music? Well, we're gonna talk about that. No, you know, neither one of us are in Boston, brother. He's
No, I'm in Maine.
yeah, he's in Maine. I'm up in Vermont.
I'm in northern Maine.
Yeah, you're way there up in Canuck country.
I'll put it to you like this. I tell everybody this that doesn't live in Maine. They ask where I live. Follow I-95 all the way up. And when I mean all the way, I mean all the fucking way. My town is the last exit that you can take before you get to the Canadian border.
Damn.
But you got to go in my town to go further north up the state.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm far.
Yeah, that's nuts. I know we're not far from, I mean, we're in the lower part of the state, but it's the same thing. You know, we're 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. We're in Canada.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can walk. I mean, if I walked from my place to the Canadian border, I bet you that I could get there in probably half hour.
You throw a rock real hard.
Oh, definitely. You know, shoot a gun.
Yeah. How would that work? You go hunting up there, shoot somebody across the border accidentally. What happens?
I don't know. That's a damn good question, though.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, you get a plane crashes on the border of US and Canada. Where do you bury the survivors?
Everywhere. Especially if you were the one that was flying the plane. You don't want it. You don't want anybody to know.
Well, for starters, you don't bury the survivors, but yeah.
No, I heard what you said.
That's the idea, though.
Make sure that you understood what I said.
Oh, I did. I was just
If
making
you are
sure
flying
everybody
that
else
plane,
caught that.
you don't want nobody to know.
Nope. Wrong people on the plane, you might be buried soon anyway. So,
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Shit. All right, so let's get into the interview portion of this because I know everybody's
Chopping at the bit.
well, yeah, of course they are. They're so you've been doing this for a while. I know you dropped out of the game for just a minute, but you've been doing this for a while. I want you to give everybody a little bit of background.
So I have been doing this for a while. Recording music and stuff like that. I've been doing it since 2004. And in 2004 is when I dropped my first tape. It was on cassette. And I did the old school thing of playing the beats through my stereo and then recording them on a little smaller stereo onto a tape. And it sounded like garbage. And yeah, but then started recording on the computer about a year later, hooked up with some people, formed a group, and then we started taking it serious around 2011, 2012, and we released 2 albums, 1 mixtape, 1 EP, did a ton of shows, opened for Nappy Roots, twice for Slain, Cess Crew, Kung Fu Vampire, R.A. the Rugged Man, Flatliners, goes on and on and on. And then the group kind of dissipated, and that was about probably 2020 or so. And then after that, I was like, well, I'm not going to stop doing it. So I decided to kind of go solo dolo again. So that's why when you look on my Spotify, the last thing I've released was like 2018, because I haven't released anything solo since then. And now here we are.
Yes, here we are. You are the newest member, I believe, of NEK.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so how did that go about? I mean, obviously you're from New England to begin with, but
Yep.
like, how did you hook up with these guys?
So I hooked up with Casket, and he'll probably correct me, but if I remember right, it had something to do with Fago Lovers or something like that. And it was a mixtape or something. And I can't remember. But anyways, we ended up chatting back and forth, and he got on a track with me. I got on a track with him. And then we kind of, became pretty good friends. We first met each other at a show when we were on tour for the first time. And that was cool. So, I mean, we've known each other for like probably like 8 years, I think, me and Casket. And then one day I kind of just, when I was doing my solo thing, I kind of was talking to him about it, like, what's this NEK thing, and all this shit. And he told me about it, and I was all like, I'm kind of interested, it seems like a kind of a good, cool little thing. And I guess he went in and got the group vote or whatever, and everybody was down for it. And then poof, there I was. And
Nice.
I helped Ermac. I made Ermac some graphics for his Outworld General. I made Gino some for Junk Hole. So yeah. But I mean, that's pretty much all it was. I don't have some fantastic juicy story behind it. It was just kind of, hey, what's this about? And yeah, just kind of went from there.
Sometimes that's how the best stories start,
Yeah, yeah,
because yeah,
definitely.
that's cool. I met them. I met a bunch of them at the garage show, the Earworm Garage Show last year.
Yeah,
So, and that was really cool. And I've had a chance to have a couple of them on the show. I've had Gino and Ermac and a couple others that kind of fell through the cracks. Shit happened and had to postpone and never got back to it. Hopefully, have them back on here or on
Yeah.
here to begin with some point this season. But I know everybody's busy, you know, they're all doing their own thing. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it's that's the worst part is it's hardest to get schedules to coordinate
Yeah.
with
Definitely. Oh
because
yeah. I
everybody's
know. That.
yeah, it's like I know it's the vast majority of the underground, those who don't just hustle 24/7, who actually have a day job, they
Yeah.
either work in some kind of construct, not all, but most of us, I think, either work in some kind of construction, which means nights and weekends are free, no problem, or they're in food service, which means fuck nights and weekends, you ain't getting nothing.
Well, you know what? You know what? That's really fucking weird because like my old job, I worked in fast food, and then my new job that I got in August, I work for a company that builds log cabins.
Awesome.
So I get the weekends off. So I know all about that, both sides.
Yeah. Been there, done that, brother. I've done I haven't actually done fast food. The closest I've gotten to it is Pizza Hut. I managed
Yeah.
to dodge
Okay.
that bullet, but I've done, you know, food service. I've worked
Oh
at
yeah.
Denny's, I've done Pizza Hut, I've done various restaurants. I worked at a donut shop. It was a
Yeah.
24-hour donut shop down in Springfield, Missouri called Hertz Donuts.
What the
And
fuck?
they
That's a great name.
well, it was an awesome place. You know, they had all kinds of specialty donuts, and oh my god, I never would have thought this in my life, but a maple bacon long john, if you can get a hold of a good one, holy shit. They're having I could only eat half of one. I got a sweet tooth, or I really did back then, you know,
Yeah.
gram the gram, but holy shit, I could only eat half of one at a time. They were just that rich, but so good. Anyway, they had all kinds of specialty donuts. They had I can't even remember the names of half of them because they had to put little cutesy names on there to avoid copyright infringement, whatever. But there was like a Bart Simpson one with a it was covered in crushed Butterfingers. They actually made a Homer, a regular yeast donut with a hole in it with the pink frosting and the sprinkles.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that
What
was
the,
kind of cool. And the best part was they had a delivery service, and their delivery van,
yeah.
it was an old ambulance that they repainted with donuts and shit on the outside, and they called it the Wambulance.
That's fucking funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, it was fucking. But my point being, yeah, I've done all that, you know, and that was third shift I worked there.
Yeah.
It was kind of it was easier. It's easier to get stuff done in there though. Third shift, I've noticed because I worked a couple of day shifts and you can't keep up with it. They would be
No.
packed from the time I mean, they were open 24/7, but from the time, you know, people got around in the morning wanting donuts for breakfast for the office or whatever
Yeah.
until probably, well, it would have waves, but Springfield being a college town, lots of bars.
Well, yeah, of course.
And that's where half of the people would come was a fucking donut shop after they got out of the bars, whatever ones were right there in the vicinity, because obviously they're not driving, they're staggering in 10 kinds of drunk, ordering donuts, knocking shit over.
Give me a donut.
Exactly.
I want a fucking donut.
Oh shit. Okay, so NEK, is this like a record label, or because I haven't really talked to anybody about NEK? I probably should have. Like I said, I've had Gino and Ermac on here, but is it like a record label, or is it like Earworm, like it's a collective where everybody does their own thing, but they kind of have this one banner they fly?
From what I understand, it's a collective. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, whether or not they've thought about it or anything like that, I mean, all of us put together, we have enough brains to make it legit, you know. I mean, we all know our ins and outs of certain things, and so I mean, it could be a legitimate thing, but right now it's just a collective. We all just kind of support each other, which is good. I mean, it's kind of like a label, I guess, but just without the bullshit.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's because that's what Earworm is like, and that's the way it seems from the little bit I have talked to you guys. It's just like you said, everybody brings their own thing to the table. So between all of y'all, you've got it all covered.
Right. Yep. That's all it is.
Yeah, and everybody's got their own style, and it's
Oh yeah, we're definitely like just. I mean, all of us are different. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, I would say that, like, from your interviews and stuff like that, I'm probably the least horrorcore-ish one on here, I would say.
okay. Fair
That's not
enough.
like I don't just that's not just what I do, you know. I dabble in it here and there, but I mean I don't just straight up do it like that, you know. I used to, but you know, it was I I used to and I like it, but like as far as me doing it, I can't be that committed to just one thing. You know, I like experimenting and doing other shit. And yeah, I mean, even when I listen to music, I'm very eclectic of what I listen to. So I mean, I try different things.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I've got anybody that's hung out with me on and had to deal with my playlist. I grew up. My mother listened to, I don't know. She was like Barry Manilow, Neil Diamond, John Denver, Kenny Rogers, and
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I'm like
So like country, but like country southern kind of rockish
ish,
in a way. You know what I mean?
poppy, the,
Right,
the
right,
poppy shit of
right.
the day, because you figure she grew
Yeah,
up in the 60s, so she was a big Beatles fan.
yeah,
She was, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I like covers of Beatles songs better than I like Beatles songs.
yeah, yeah. I respect them for for what they did for music, but I no, I
No.
can't.
Yeah, no, it pisses me off when I'm listening to the radio. Like I get in the car and I just kind of go and they start playing a Beatles song that unfortunately I know by heart because I've either heard it a million times when I was a kid or they one of the ones they made us play in school or the
Yeah,
singing chorus or music or whatever. And
right.
but I mean, don't get it wrong. Beatles they're great, and I don't hate on other people's music.
No,
That's
I don't
just
either.
how that is. But for me personally, but then my father on the other side of the coin, that was where my real interest started because he was all about the Who, Billy Joel, the Eagles, things like that. So
Yeah,
it was the classic rock, and then I went from there into heavy metal, got into
right.
the hair metal, and then I started
Yeah,
coming into my own, and I went from, yeah, so I went from that to like Motley Crue and Poison into
ew.
Metallica and Megadeth.
No, no,
And,
no.
now I've been to Ozfest 4 times. I've seen Black Sabbath twice. I've seen Maiden. I've seen Judas Priest. I've seen Metallica. I've met Ozzy. That was fucking awesome. That was a good show.
Yeah, continue to hurt my feelings.
Oh, apologies, brother. uh, oh shit. No, it was. I've got, yeah. Bradiful's got it right. My playlist is bipolar. So back into that. So my playlist, the music I've got on my phone, be listening to Ozzy, and then it'll go to Billy Joel, and then we'll go to Prince,
Yeah,
and then we'll go into Megadeth or
yeah,
Dimmu Borgir or Cradle of Filth,
yeah.
and then back down into something like Billy Joel or Lana Del Rey or
Right,
something
right.
like that. So
Yeah,
or and I've got like it's ICP Twisted. I got shitloads of both of them. I've got all kinds of other stuff. I've got Six Side on my phone. I've got Fame the HOF. I'm going to put that one track on here later. I
Yeah,
just actually got it uploaded. So I'm going to have some Buzzkill Odium on my phone.
there you go.
And then I've got Spotify on here. So it's just kind of whatever. If I have a signal, I can listen to Spotify. If I don't have a signal, it's just whatever's on there. But there's just
Well, yeah.
But anyway, enough about me. Tonight's not about me. I just, I start running off at the mouth, and that's just how that shit goes. So, next question, sir. Are you ready? This is a big one. This is a big one.
Oh, it's a big one.
Origin story. I like to ask people how they got their names.
I knew that was going to come out.
Well, you should be ready for it.
So, obviously, being an underground rapper, you have many names when you start out. Usually, it's because you think they sound cool, and they don't. So, if you are a friend of mine, my whole thing is I'm very trying to think of how I can describe this. If somebody's feeling really good about something, or whatever, I can say something negative in a joking way. And that would be me saying, "Hey, I'm happy for you," but they would look at me and laugh and be like, "Fuck, man, you're such a buzzkill," you know that? And then, like, we were over at a friend of mine's house recording, and they looked at me and they told me that. And I'm just like, "You said that to me so many times. Like, that's it. I'm changing my fucking stage name. That's what it's going to be." So that's when I went by for the longest time. But then, after everything went down, I noticed that there's so many on Spotify that go by that name. There's a couple of artists that go by that name. There's a podcast, there's some songs. And I was like, well, shit, I got to think of something different. So I was trying to think, and then I was thinking, well, I need a last name, because that seems to be the thing now. All these rappers got last names, I need a last name. So I couldn't think of anything. And I messaged my wife and I'm all like, "What do you think of this last name?" She goes, "No." She goes, "That doesn't work." I said, "All right." So she was listing off some different names and shit. And she got the Odium. And I was all like, "I like that. That's got kind of a ring to it." And then I looked up the meaning behind it. And the meaning behind it, if I remember correctly, is you have a certain distaste for society, which I kind of do. I mean, not as a collective. I think people are just, when they get together, are just mindless, stupid things. A person, my favorite quote ever is from Men in Black. It's from when Tommy Lee Jones is talking to Will Smith. And he goes, "A person is smart, but people are stupid." And that's true. One person is smart, but once you get a group of people together and you get an idea, they'll run with it. It's that whole sheep mentality kind of deal. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I heard somewhere years ago somebody said, what was it? Never underestimate the stupidity of people in large numbers.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, that's where the name came up with. So my friends gave me my first one, and my wife gave me my last one.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's actually a really good origin story. And yeah, as far as the Odium thing goes, it's it's not just you by any means. I think somehow that's a word I'm looking for. Nah, I'll think of it. I'll think of it later on after the show. I'm going to blur it out, and Brad is going to go, "Wow!" I'm like, it's the word I was looking for earlier.
it always goes.
Yeah, something inherent. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Inherent in the underground, and in anybody who is involved in the underground, I think, is part of that odious personality. Because that's part of what makes it is we just can't stand society. I love people. Don't get it wrong. I'm a people person, but
Oh, I'm totally not a people person.
people, nope. Well, you see, and it depends too, because like, I'm a flagger. That's my day job.
Yeah.
I didn't realize just, I mean, I've had an issue with road rage in the past, but road rage is one thing because when you're driving, I've figured this out. When you're driving, you get to see the stupid shit that people do as they're passing you or in front of you or behind you. It may only
Right.
be for a few minutes, probably only for a few seconds. You see people doing something stupid. When you're a flagger, you get to stand in one spot and watch everybody that goes by you be an idiot and an
Yeah.
asshole all day long.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stupid shit. A lot of people should not have their license, dude.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
And I rage out about that regularly at work. I'm the one that a buddy of mine coined it. He's not working with us anymore. I don't know, he went off to something else. Reminds me, I probably need to talk to him at some point. Anyway, so he coined it and it definitely fits because it was like the two of us together. It's like 5-star flagger, 2-star attitude. I'm the one that'll tear somebody a new asshole for almost running me over, for going too fast because they were on their phone.
Right.
I mean, that's a little side note. Anybody who's watching this, if you're texting or whatever on your phone anywhere while you're driving, it's not smart. If you're doing it in a work zone, you're a fucking asshole and you really need your license taken away. Probably need to be beat a little bit. Just saying, because you're going to kill somebody. But anyway, there's my rant. Cool. So origin story, awesome. I don't know if you've heard mine. Just really briefly, I had a buddy of mine is heavy into D&D. Bradford and I were actually playing with them for a little while. Then they moved farther upstate. But we were sitting years ago, a bunch of us around a table at my house in different part of town. We used to sit and get stoned and eat, play Warcraft, play Magic, a bunch of us around the table, just kind of hanging out. And the conversation came up, alignments, because he's heavy into D&D, and he went around the table and he knocked out everybody's alignment. He's like, you're definitely lawful good, you're this, you're that, you're the other thing. He got to me and he said, I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about that. And about a half an hour later, he did that thing I was just talking about. He looked at me, he goes, chaotic neutral. And I went, oh yeah, that's kind of that kind of works, doesn't it? So it's been sitting there in the back of my head because at that point I was going by Kamikaze Lord.
Yeah.
Which is another one I got. I don't remember if I don't even remember how it came about. I might have given it to myself. Somebody else might have. I think somebody called me a kamikaze at one point because I have a habit of doing that. I'll just dive head first into shit, no thoughts. I could crash and burn. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going. But so then I got into this and I'm like, all right, I think I need something different because I really don't. I mean, it's not that I don't want my name out there, but why? And so I thought the chaotic neutral thing would work. So I just changed the spelling a little bit, changed the C's to K's and went with it. And it seems to have stuck. Everybody remembers it.
Oh yeah. That's what you want. You want a memorable name.
Yeah. And go back to the publicity thing. Any publicity is good publicity. So I don't give a fuck if chaotic neutral's a fucking asshole. All right. Thanks, sir. Can I have another? I've been called worse and less accurate, so I ain't worried about it.
Right.
But awesome. So you touched on past projects a little bit. You've had a few of those, and do you have anything out there like? Because you've only got like 2 videos on your YouTube channel, and there's only 1 track as of yet on your Spotify.
No, there's more. There should be more because I was going through and changed the I got my other stuff switched over to my Spotify. So there should be 2 singles and there should be an album there. They're
Oh,
old.
okay.
They're old, but I had to get them switched over.
No,
And
they're not showing up on mine.
I don't know if it updated yet or not, but
Oh,
I got the email for it yesterday, I think.
okay. Then yeah, Spotify tends to run behind everybody else
Oh,
for
I know
some
they do.
reason.
Oh, I know they do.
It's like you got to put shit in a month ahead of time for it to come out when it's supposed to, and even then, there's no guarantees.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But
Maybe
it
a
should be
couple
good
days. All
too.
right,
Yeah.
cool. So we've got more to look for there, and you've got something else in the works. I've heard.
I do. I do. A bunch of other people should know that too. I've been promoting it enough for the past few days. Right. Posting that
Well,
picture. What's with all the question marks?
you're right. Yeah. Well, so it's one of the things I was going to ask you about because obviously that's going to be the next question. What is Project 22?
So, if you've seen it, which I posted it on Instagram, posted it on Facebook, I put out a picture and it was an ad that said the new album coming out 2/22/22. And the album was called 2/22. Well, that is a fake ad. I put it out on purpose because I wanted people to remember the date. The album is not called that. That isn't even the album cover. That's actually the cover for a single. I've always strived to be different, to do different things, to do things that I've never seen done before. I'm not saying that I'm the first one to ever do this. I'm just saying that I haven't seen it. And I wasn't about to blurt it out of my mouth way ahead of time and have somebody else do it too. So here's the deal. On Tuesday, 2/22/22, there will be a mixtape released by me. It is not called 2/22. It will be called Surrounded by Mannequins. But before that, that mixtape will drop at 11 p.m. that Tuesday night. Before that, you will get one single every 2 hours, starting at 2 a.m. From
Nice.
2 a.m. until 10 p.m., you will get a single for a total of 11 singles. I will release the mixtape at 11 o'clock that has 11 songs. You will get 22 songs on the 22nd of February, 2022. That is what
Nice.
Project 22 is.
That's awesome. I like that shit. That's cerebral. That's fucking cool, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a whole bunch of new stuff to listen to.
Yes.
I'm looking at my calendar and it's still on December.
You got
Okay,
about 3
so
days.
yeah. So next Tuesday. Well, it says Wednesday, so it's not that far off. I
No.
figure eventually it'll be right again. I don't know. Cool. So Tuesday, I'm gonna have a lot of good shit to listen to when I get up.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
You're gonna be a busy man that whole day.
No, because I have to work, so I'm gonna have everything scheduled to post.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I keep forgetting.
Sure can.
Technologies go. So you're doing all that on YouTube.
So what I'm gonna be doing is everything is gonna upload to Spotify and all the digital outlets and all that shit. It'll upload to YouTube automatically. As far as my page goes, I will work on videos for the songs and then upload them as soon as I'm done. That way I have things to promote for it after it's been released.
All right.
So I'm not trying to do everything at once. I want some stuff beforehand and some stuff after. But everybody will be able to listen to a sample of the song on Instagram and Facebook, because I will be releasing ads after the tracks come out. So that way they know what they sound like, and then they can go and listen to the full thing on Spotify.
Sweet. Well, as soon as it all drops on Spotify, you can guarantee I'm going to have that on my on my. I don't know, what do you do? It's not really a playlist. I mean, I would put something from you so you have something new on the playlist, but
Yeah.
what do you? It's saved songs, or
Yeah, something like that.
it's, I don't
They-
know.
it's a thing where if you like the song or whatever, then it pops up in some kind of a playlist that Spotify makes for you or some shit like that.
Yeah, artist radio or something. I don't know. It's
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
it's
doing this. I mean, besides the beats, because I didn't make them, but other than that, this is the first project that I've done everything else by myself. So it's been a gigantic pain in the ass.
yes. I'm seeing that more and more, because I got I don't think we've talked about this. I've been in a few different like garage bands over the years, metal bands.
Yeah.
Nothing went anywhere. It's the whole summer of '69 thing, Brian Adams, Billy quit, Jody got married, and
Right. Yeah.
everybody moves and has lives and has kids, and
Yeah.
nothing ever works out right. So nothing ever stayed. It was what it was, wasn't the right time, whatever.
Yeah.
So I got into this, and I was doing no haters, and I got the bright idea. All right, well, I'm going to put a cipher together. I just want to give everybody a cross section. So I got like the first 7 guests. Yeah, my first 7 guests
Yeah.
on the show, and got them all to do a verse. I got the beat is a 6-side beat.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. He did the production on this. He did really good with the mess he had to work with, because I figured out real quick, working with that many people, work one track, doing shit by yourself is a pain in the ass sometimes.
Oh
Working with a whole bunch of people, it's
Yeah.
and it's not
Yeah,
anything to do with them. It's just what it is, nature of the beast. When you're trying to coordinate that many people and that many little bits and pieces and trying to put them together.
Oh, I know. Oh yeah. And everything is different quality, and it's just
Yeah, exactly. But so I started doing it and putting it together, and I thought to myself, I said, I'm not really new to the game, but I haven't delved into this yet. Let's see how this works. And I put a verse on it and blew everybody's mind, because not one person, nobody that I had on the cipher had any idea that was coming. I didn't have a hook. I didn't have anything. I was just like, all right, this is what I want. It's called No Haters. The subject. It's supposed to be a cross section. Do your thing. Here, 16 bars. And they just said, okay. And then I dropped mine, and they just kind of went. And I'm loving this. I'm loving this life. I'm loving this. The whole thing. I don't know. I'm getting into me again. I need to just have an interview with me. Somebody needs to interview me. God damn it.
Interview yourself. Like
Yeah,
pre-record it.
that's kind of
Pre-record
weird.
it and interview yourself.
That's kind of weird, interviewing myself, though. I feel like it's a little
It's
narcissistic.
Content, but it's content. It wouldn't be narcissistic if you make it funny.
Well, I can do that. then it's
Think
comedy.
Think outside the box.
Yeah. But anyway, well, shit, brother, we've been on here for quite a while. It's Trip Nasty's in the chat. Damn, I thought it was gonna be on IG. I'm like, you don't pay attention, dude.
Tell me it's been on YouTube. I even put your link in my bio in my link tree.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I didn't have a little YouTube symbol on the print. Nah, it's all good. Everybody will get you. That's the thing. Everybody's used to me doing this shit on Instagram. So it's where they
Yeah,
go, and they're probably, I don't know how many people are probably sitting there waiting for it either. They're like, what the fuck, man? I thought it was gonna be 9 o'clock, man. What are you doing?
yeah.
I'm
Fuck.
yeah, I'm not in that room. I'm in a
Fucking
different room.
right.
I'm not even in that building, dude.
We're not in that we're not in that cheap hotel anymore. We've upgraded to the suite.
Yes, sir. This is a nice suite. I actually like the way this works. I can share stuff. I can do, speaking of sharing stuff, let's see how this works. I have a leak. I have a brand new track to play if you still want me to play that, sir.
Yeah, if you want.
I would love to play it. I listened to it and it's fucking awesome. Some fire shit there. Not that you didn't know that because you did it.
That beat was made by my friend BT. He plays in you ever heard of that band Sepsis from New Hampshire?
I've heard of them. I don't think I've actually heard them.
Right, but you've heard of them.
Yes.
Yeah, he's their keyboardist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he makes beats and he raps and shit. And I've known him since high school because he used to live up here. And he was up here one time visiting and he made that beat. It was on New Year's Eve. He just made it on the fly. And this was like 2011, 2012. And like I've always kept the beat. So and then I finally got around to using it.
Damn. Well, it's a catchy beat. I like it. It works really, really well. Um, all right, so let's see how this works. I don't know if it's gonna actually play it through the speakers or what's gonna do because I haven't tried this yet.
Ugh,
Excuse me.
learning.
So yeah, so bear with me. You get to be a guinea pig, sir. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine. This will be the first single that drops too. So
Even better. So, sneak peek, get infected, Buzzkill Odium.
Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murder. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
Absorb the Reaper strain, come get infected. Fuck your guns and knives, this music's my weapon. I'll lay you on the table, prepare you for dissection. Become another soldier within my collection. Absorb the Reaper strain, come get infected. Fuck your guns and knives, this music's my weapon. I'll lay you on the table, prepare you for dissection. To become another soldier within my collection. I'll exterminate and terminate these faggot maggots. I'll pack them in boxes, I'll stack the caskets. I'm erratic and rabid, so much static in the attic. Taking drastic actions while you're stuck in traffic. Laughing at the reactions of people as I blow past them. I'm relaxing while they're coming down, they're crashing, collapsing. Cause they're chasing a dragon and can't catch it. So I catch them sleeping at night, their fabrics. You're gasping for breath as death starts grasping onto your body, but my hobby's soul snatching. You pissed cause you set your goals and I matched them. I slashed them, why? Cause I have more passion. Stab and bag them to the lab. I drag on the patch different attachments up out of the fragments. I'm a leader of a faction of blood splashing assassins, bashing the heads of dudes with these tunes that were crafted. Absorb the Reaper strain, come get infected. Fuck your guns and knives, this music's my weapon. I'll lay you on the table, prepare you for dissection. Become another soldier within my collection. Absorb the Reaper strain, come get infected. Fuck your guns and knives, this music's my weapon. I'll lay you on the table, prepare you for dissection. perfection to become another soldier within my collection. A biological weapon in front of this mic, I'm stepping, proving I live a contusion so morbid and wretched it'll make you choke on your own vomit like Hendrix. Spreading infections, my main objective. Disrespecting will get your neck wet and disconnected. If you favor this behavior, correction is expected. I'm amongst cells on vengeance saying we need a connection. Their exorcist is pissed, so prepare for repossession. I have this obsession with leaving my impression, cause I'm sick of the oppression. I'm stuck in regression, cause all this suppression won't stop the progression. I'm developing my skills, this will be my profession. Fueled by depression that morphs into aggression. Please absorb all these images that I'm projecting, cause next to God's the only way I'll be mentioned. This teacher's got a noose, prepare for suspension. Absorb the whip restraint, come get infected. Fuck your guns and knives, this music's my weapon. I'll lay you on the table, prepare you for dissection. Become another soldier within my collection. Absorb the whip restraint, come get infected. Fuck your guns and knives, this music's my weapon. I'll lay you on the table, prepare you for dissection. To become another soldier within my collection. Come get infected. Come get infected. Come get infected. Come get infected.
What does it mean? Judy, what does it mean?
They're checking for elevated temperatures.
Barnum was bleeding from the nose, so was Rory.
Well, cerebral hemorrhaging, it's got to be some kind of virus.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome. That beat's fucking sick. And how long have you been holding on to
Fuck, a while.
that? Damn. Well, you held on to it for the perfect time, because that's fucking awesome. And that's going to be the first single that drops, right?
Yep. First one. 2 a.m. on
Sweet.
Tuesday.
So 2 a.m. Tuesday, everybody be looking out for that. Get infected.
Yeah.
That's funny because so many people, like I know Earworm, I mention Earworm a lot. I work a lot with those guys. I talk to Grim a lot, and they're from around here. I got 6 actually lives a few blocks away, and Canna lives up in northern Vermont somewhere. And but that's their thing is, spreading the infection, spreading the disease.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. It's a good disease, but
Right. I think all of us have kind of dabbled in that whole moniker of music as a disease kind of deal. I blame Mission Effect for it.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with I so love you. Bradful's playing a game on her phone. She had to show me something. I don't know. It probably came somewhere at some point from people who were from haters, like, oh, that's just like a disease. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna spread this shit. Fuck you.
Right? There you go.
So I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna call it a disease when we're calling it that ourselves?
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck 'em. All right, brother. It's been over an hour here. That was an awesome interview. It was a good time talking to you. We're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. I'm sure.
Most definitely. See how things go. Like I said, NEK, a lot of guys from NEK were at the Earworm show last year, the garage show. If they do it again and have you guys down, hopefully you'll be there. Hopefully we'll run into each other there. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because I mean, right now, like I did so many shows and opportunities and shit when I was doing shows with groups and shit like that. And right now it's kind of like I'm trying to rebuild everything, and then with the whole COVID shit and all that, it's just kind of, yeah, traveling really isn't on my mind right now. You know, it's like I told Casket, like he's wanted me at a couple of them, and I told him it's just all like it's not like I don't want to be there. It's just like in my gut, it's just not the right time yet. You know, and
Fair
that's my
enough.
thing. Like my thing is like is timing. You know, I mean, obviously with the Tuesday thing, I mean, I plan shit out because I like to make an impact. You know.
Well, yeah, then you can build the suspense and
Right. I love that. That's what I love about like music. You know, that's what I loved about like ICP and shit like that. When you would look in the booklets, they would have you look at it and be like, "What the fuck is that?" You'd see something online. What is that? You know, they would leave these little hints, but you wouldn't know what the fuck it was. You know, and then all of a sudden it was just the timing. You know, really sucks you in, and that's just, I mean, but I mean, right now it's just I'm trying to build my catalog and stuff like that. I got something else. I think probably tomorrow I'll post up. I asked people a while ago. I might say it right now, actually. I asked people a while ago uh, how they felt about people like egotistical people. I said, like this status if you don't like egotistical people, you know, and it kind of didn't go anywhere because I think people just kind of brushed it off or whatever, which is fine. But I had this idea, and the idea is I'm gonna make merch and shit here later on. But the idea was so like everybody's calling their fan bases, you know, different things and stuff like that. You know, um, you know, Mad Child had Bax War, which turned into something different. You know, Juggalos, and then you got like uh Tom McDonald doing the Hangover Gang and gang this and gang that. The gang thing's popular, right? So I got thinking, and I ran this by my wife too because I had this idea, and she goes, "That's a pretty good idea." So I was all like, "So okay, so you don't like egotistical people? Well, that's cool because I don't like egotistical people either." So I decided to call my fan base, if you want it, the Yes Gang. The Yes Gang, YES. What does that stand for? Your ego sucks.
that's fucking awesome and perfect. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Sign me up.
but I'm gonna
I'm
drop
gonna
a
start
graphic.
posting that shit, man. Yes, gang. Fucking right.
I'm gonna fucking start using the hashtag, and I'm gonna fucking drop the graphic for it probably tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, drop that in my DMs. I will start spreading that shit
yeah,
myself.
yeah. I'll drop that.
Fuck
Definitely.
yeah. Oh shit, brother. I'm getting ready to turn into a pumpkin. No, not really. I actually took a nap. I'm fucking feel like I'm getting old, man. I get
I've
up
heard of
so
them. I've heard of those nap things. I've heard other people talk about them. Are they as lovely as they make them out to be?
sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, fuck my life. Why?
Huh,
But sometimes,
well,
you wake up energized. I don't know. It just kind of depends. There's a lot of more often than not, I wake up between 4 and 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock at the latest on my own before my alarm even goes up off. And I'm like, oh God, fuck my life.
well, yeah. I
Why?
usually wake up. I usually wake up around 4 and kind of just lay there until about 5, and then I get up to get ready for work. So
Yeah, I can't just lay there. I try, I like snuggle up to her for a minute and then I roll back over and I talk because as soon as I wake, it's like I have two speeds, overdrive and dead. So if I'm not asleep, I've got to be doing something. If I'm not doing anything, I'm asleep.
right there you go.
So, I when I wake up in the morning, I'm immediately awake and I'm like, fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay, I gotta get up. And that's when I come in here and I start doing shit on the computer. That's when I made all those promos was like 4 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning the other day.
yeah.
I'll start working on one of the past episodes. I'll mess with a beat, see if I can't get, because I'll have beats that I'm working on, because I got more tracks. I have tracks that people don't even know exist yet. I got
Yeah,
stuff going on.
I mean, I think I got like 3 new ones written. I just got to record them.
Nice.
And then, I mean, I still got video ads I got to make for the other singles and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't even gotten to the graphic design part of any of it yet. I have an idea for one of them, because I knocked out 2 this morning. Well, this
Yeah.
afternoon, really. One was a feature that both of us had completely forgotten about. And I finally got at it and got it back to dude, and I haven't heard from him yet. Of course, I've been on here and I put, Apple, so I put everything on do not disturb. So, I could have all kinds of messages and they'll pop up as soon as I take that button off. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ding 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 ding.
There you go. Yeah. That's happened to me before.
Yeah, but so I did that, and I got another one that I got. It's actually got a 6-side beat, and I've had it's weird because I had the track written. I've had the lyrics written for probably 6 months.
Yeah.
And I haven't done anything with it. And I picked up this beat from 6-side a while ago. I picked up like a 3-pack from him, and I found stuff to do with the others, and I just kind of sat on this one. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with it yet. I knew I liked it. I knew I wanted it. But, like that one that you've been holding on to forever, but just not quite as long.
Right.
And then I finally, I was going through this one thing. I was going over it and looking at it, like, this might actually work. So I had to speed up my tempo a little bit to match the beat. I could have, dropped the tempo on the beat had I wanted to, but I like it just the way it is. And I said, all right, this works. So I finally got around to recording this morning, but I got a buddy of mine up in Canada. He's the guitarist and vocalist for Sleep Circle. They're really good. Get a chance, check them out. He and I are following each other. We got the Sleep Circle too, but Jake Tuzil, I think they're from Ontario.
Yeah.
Good shit. Talk to him all the time, but he's gonna drop some backing vocals and some guitar work on top of this beat for me. So I got that done today. I'm gonna ship that off to him within the next couple of days as soon as I make sure I have it exactly the way I want it. Get some stuff drawn up, because we had discussed it a little bit, but now I can actually tell him I'm all right. I need this from here to here, this from here to here, this here. And if you can do something with this is awesome. And I want to leave this alone. And, it's one of those things that would be a whole lot easier to do in person, but because of COVID and the distance and timing, it's, we got to play this tag game. And, but it is what it is. And it makes shit easier though. It's kind of harder, but when you live so far away, it makes shit easier too, because we can do this shit here and then ship it to somebody else across the country or across the world in a matter of seconds.
Oh yeah, because I mean, on the mixtape that's coming out Tuesday, I mean, Casket's on a song and Ermac's on a song. So I mean, that made it real easy, for me to get all that stuff.
Yeah. See, exactly. It makes the communication a little bit hard, and sometimes there's misfires, but the actual transmission is fucking amazing, and it makes things so much easier.
Makes everything easier.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm gonna have to cut this off now, because if I don't, I think we're probably gonna do this until midnight. An awesome show. It's good having you on here, brother. Like I said, my guests aren't really guests, they're like guest co-hosts. So it's
hey, that's cool with me.
That's what it is. I'd love to have you back on here another time. I've got a list, and we'll have to talk about other stuff. I actually want to work with you at some point. because
Yeah,
I
okay.
love doing collaborations. I like doing shit on my own, but I love collabs.
Well, yeah, because that's one less thing that you got to write.
Dude, even if I do it, because I make my own beats and shit now. I've got a few 6-side beats that I've got on things. I think that one track I was talking about earlier is I think that's the last 6-side beat I had that was empty.
Yeah,
Everything else I have is my own that I've been doing, like the second cipher. I've already got it full up and people trying to get on to the next one after that, which is going to be a little while. I want to try and release one a year. That's a lot of work, and I'm working on this one a little bit at a time. I'm actually customizing it a little bit more
right.
to each individually, like, because I got the beat that I wanted and got it just the way, all right, this is how it's going to work, and I got this here and the hook here and this over here, and now I'm taking each little piece and kind of customizing it, just tweaking it enough so it fits each individual style a little bit better, if
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
I can't make beats to save my life. I mean,
No,
for my first concept album, the one that I was trying to get turned over to my Spotify, that should be there soon. I mean, I made all the beats for that, but I mean, I'm not really much for beat making. I mean, right now I'm trying to make some like agrotech shit.
nice.
I don't know if you know what agrotech is.
If it's self-explanatory, I can figure it out.
Well, you ever heard of bands like Cyclone 9 and Suicide Commando, stuff like
Heard
that?
of, not really heard.
Yeah, okay. It's like think of I mean it's electric body music. It's EBM, but I mean like it's aggressive, it's dark, you know. I've always liked that type of music, so I mean, been trying to dabble and seeing what I can make out of it and shit.
Yeah, that was kind of what I figured. So the name is it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, yeah, like aggressive techno, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Cool. So that sounds like it's right up my alley. I like dark, I like intense, I like different, I like unique.
Okay, so I'll tell you this then. When after this, if you got the time, go on YouTube and remember this. Look up Parasitic by Cyclone 9 and look up Die Motherfucker Die by Suicide Commando.
Okay.
Those are good songs.
I'm actually gonna write those down. Hold on.
I'll
Keep
just send you
talking.
the link. I'll DM you the links.
Okay, that's even better, brother, because I can definitely do something with that.
Yeah.
Trying to type shit out, trying to do two things. Sometimes it doesn't work so well.
Yeah. True.
All right, cool. Well, I said it's good having you on the show.
Yeah.
We'll have to do this again. Hopefully, we'll run into each other soon. We'll work with you soon.
Oh
So,
yeah.
be waiting for this. I mean, I know I'll see you on Instagram, but definitely be waiting for these drops on Tuesday.
Oh yeah. You got 3 days.
Okay,
3
3 days,
days.
people. Count 3. Of course, by the time y'all see this, it won't be 3 days. Maybe already be out.
That maybe. Who knows?
But then you got a whole bunch of new stuff already to listen to. So cool. Either way. All right. Fucking awesome. So that will be show for the night. Don't forget nohaters.com. Oh yeah, next Saturday. Probably be about the same time, not quite sure yet. I'll get on that later. Gonna have a special IG live. We're gonna go retro for just 1 week. And because I'm gonna have a wicked clown in the house, gonna be 6-side. He's got a whole bunch of shit going on. I'm sure we're going to talk about the upcoming Vegas show, etc. So in the meantime, go check out nohaters.com. Go check out the playlists, subscribe, show some love, go follow everybody. You know the deal. You know the drill, damn it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
All right. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Whoop, whoop. And we will see you next.